Looks like right now.
Were you guys thinking I messed up when I cut the joint that way? I decided to cut it that way. Because why not? That's more interesting than not. We're gonna have big thing in the front catching water too, so let's have the front joint catch some water. Just to see if it does make a difference. You know, when you kind of think about it, and I didn't think about it till now, that could pull on the back a little bit, which you don't really want. You want pull on the front, the rest of it to wiggle, but I don't know, maybe it'll promote the wiggle. Yeah, best not to think about it. Let's continue. Because we can convince ourselves that I just messed up, the lure won't work, you know? And then you don't finish and actually see. Just don't worry about it and see later. Can you tell I feel like I ruined it? That didn't peel off nicely at all. Boy, you guys are dusty. There's a bit of a haze in here. That is the profile of a trout missing a jaw. Time to cut out the jaw. Lovely little piece right there. That's the top profile. Got to get that glued on and cut out and sanded, and I'll get to you with all the pieces here. One sec. Okay. The goal is going to be for it to like flap open that much when it's in the water and serve as somewhat of a lip. Oh, I got to cut the tail slot, and it's going to be a fancy tail slot. Got a hole going. I hope that's lined up right. I still have to go through. Wow, it was perfect. I just aimed with my eyeballs and sent it through right where it needs to be on both ends. And then I'm gonna cut a slot to that. And I have to go buy a 1/4-inch dowel. I just realized I don't have those. Dang it. That is like the worst thing to go to my hardware store to buy, is just one little dowel, a stick. I take the time to go all the way to the hardware store, walk up to the counter, and I'm just holding this little stick. I don't wanna buy this. Okay, let's get this tail fin slot cut. This is a lot of carving. A bait this big, it's been a while. It's easy to forget how much carving this is. I don't really have benchmarks that I can go off of to know that I'm making that the right depth and size and shape and whatnot to accept this. So just thought I'd share my struggle. Alright, that's like that now. I want the bottom hooked jaw to kind of come out just a little bit further than the top, exaggerate it a little bit. I think that's enough meat for the hinge to grab onto. After the point where that hinge is at, I'm going to chamfer it down a little bit, make it look more natural, not so blocky. Still, there's material to remove and work to do, but that's cool. Getting some shape carved on there. Got a lot to go. Need to look at pictures. There's a big cutout on the bottom of the bottom lip. That's gonna look a lot better. I just plugged in the lead pot over there. We're gonna start drilling lead holes, starting with the bottom jaw piece. We're putting lead in that, 1/2 inch. That is a hefty amount, wide and low. Hopefully it's enough to drop the jaw when it's in the water. I don't want to do any more than that. Oh, made my bones shiver. It's a nasty noise. The goal of all those holes is just to get things to sit upright and still float. Quite a bit of holeage. If I filled all these up, there could be a chance of sinkage, so probably won't fill them all the way up. I'm gonna leave like 1/4 inch of space before full fillage of each hole. It's time to pour lead. Speaking of lead, let's go see how much it actually weighs. How much lead did I get? This came in the P.O. box. I gotta go get my bathroom scale and see. It says 22 pounds. Actually, I don't even know if there's lead in here. This could be like tungsten or something. Maybe it's gold. Maybe I'm a millionaire now. Oh, I didn't even see that. It said 20 pounds. Somebody put caution heavy 35 pounds and over sticker. Oh, it's not gold. Darn. It's a bunch of lead ingots. Dude, your name is Seth Ferrari? That's crazy. Are you a member of the Ferrari family? Your son and you watch lure building almost every night before bed. That's awesome. You deal and process thousands of pounds a year. You say you don't have a Ferrari. You're not a member of the Ferrari family founders, okay? Shout out to Keen. Happy birthday in December, Keen. Thanks for the lead, guys. That's gonna keep me going. Woo! Ooh, touched a hot spoon. Hot spoon! This was the spoon. It was hot. I was moving around, those lead ingots in there. Before I cover these lead holes, I'm gonna seal the wood on this bait and test it. Time to cut this bait up. Oh, hey fam. What's that?
Second level of the Young Jetta shows, and mine's on the one.
Oh, seasons? Season 1, season 2. Oh yeah, I cut this joint the other way. Kind of forgot about that. There. Absolutely perfect joints once again, unless it was a mistake to make the front one reverse. Brand new can. I'm gonna do this. because that dust really makes a difference. No other fins except for the tail fin. I mean, I might paint the pectoral and pelvic fins, but no other fins than that. Bob Saget. They just mess up the action. That's my opinion anymore. You don't need them. They just mess up the action, unless you make them flappy. But then they just impede the hook sets, and the fish probably bite a bait without those things more than they bite a bait with them. So, and I think the bait even looks better. It looks more like sleek, and I'm so done with those other fins. Can't even properly verbalize it. I'll probably put them on the next build. Tupelo Wood's got a strong case of the spalt.
Structure for them to work, provided they can without starving, it's like that's the way it has to be. For every entrepreneur, that's okay. But
Okay, I got some slightly oversized hooks on here. I want it to float. If it floats right now, we're good. I kind of want to see the bottom jaw piece drop too once I put it in. Here we go. It's gonna float, I can feel it. Okay, the jaw piece does not drop, but it opens. It just opened right there. A little bit of clear coat on that thing. Oh, I can feel it. The joints aren't secure, so I can't really just tie a line to this and see how it works, but when that bottom jaw piece drops, I can feel it like want to go down. Were you witness to the jaw dropping? That's pretty sweet. Okay, time to cover those lead holes fully. I actually put a little bit of super glue and baking soda in there off camera, sorry. At least I said it, super glue, baking soda. UV resin microspheres, smooth it all off, reinstall the hardware, probably seal the wood again. This has been a long build. There we go. That jaw action was pretty sweet. That got me going. Once I get all this applied, I'm gonna take these pieces outside for some sunbathing. Trying to cut this tiny brass pipe. I'm gonna use it as an insert to protect the bottom jaw from wear and tear where it hinges on this stainless steel wire. Just broke. So you know, that's gonna go in there. Be a bit of a bushing because that's gonna go in there. It's a tight fit. Like that. I left plenty of wiggle space for clear coat thickness. Feels a lot better. It just swings nice and free. Okay, sand those lead holes flush, install hardware. Let's just get to painting. That was a little bit of intrinsic shade. This is middle of the night bait making. That was a coyote, I didn't fart. Going with some fluorescent sunburst.
You never know. Maybe one
Alright, gonna do something I don't usually do. Lacquer as a base clear. First clear coat lacquer. I want to maintain the details in the carvings, but I don't want to just do all this on one layer. I think it'll look a lot better if I separate the layers with a bit of lacquer. It's kind of dark out, so I'm just gonna go do this real quick. I'll be back. That is not gonna give it as nearly as much of a, you know, paint layer separation than as epoxy, but I think it looks pretty good. Pretty hard to see out there. Oh, did I even show you the details I stenciled on up there with this stencil? This stencil isn't exactly what the gold looks like on the top of a brook trout, so I was really deliberating. And then I forgot to turn on the camera due to all the deliberation. Whoops. That was just a bit of shining silver. And this is a color called expired blue. I said that dramatically. There was that purple, kind of purple. Across the middle right there. That's where I'm putting this expired blue stuff. Let's do a quick scale reveal on that piece. Nice and faint. That looks shiny. When you make them faint like that, it looks like there's just so many of them. I have to go back over this with opaque bismuth yellow and do a bunch of dots and spots. There's a few black spots, I think a few red spots even, white, and then black back over. There's a lot to go. We are starting to match some kind of hatch here. It's looking good.
And I could think of far fewer terrible illnesses to get. Elevated.
Emphasizing that whiteness on those fins. They're going to be bright orange. I feel like I might be ahead with the paint, so I'm gonna stop. Brook trouts are tough, man. It just doesn't look right because it's missing the bottom jaw piece as well. They don't have dots in the gill plates either, so it feels like the gill plates are kind of naked. I just need to stop. It looks fine. Just stop. Eyes. I probably have a pretty good pair of Dead Meat Customs. I need 1/2 inch. I just need something like that. Pretty simple. Gold, brown, natural shape, pupil. Those are pretty spot on. Those have to be it right there. Put it on my phone. Right? A little bit more texture, flavor than the real thing. I'll take it. That looks too legit not to be designed exactly as a brook trout eye. Whoa. I think I just had a brook trout eye right there. That's it. Too legit. Ah. Dusty. Well, I'm using super glue. I just got a bunch of dust on the adhesive backing, but I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, I'm happy. Let's just put the jaw piece in real quick. See, that adds more untextured, but still looks coolness. So I don't feel the need to make it look like the rest of the body. I think I'm gonna leave it. All the painting on this thing, you didn't see like half of it. I would paint stuff and then go right back over what I painted with a different color and go back at it with the original color. You know, clear coat. Almost forgot, I have this stuff. And brook trout are not exactly known for their teeth, but I think they have them. I'm gonna mix up some taxidermy teeth epoxy here in this dusty clamshell lid with dried up paint already in it. And it's just sticky. And stays in place. It's got memory. You can make teeth with it with a toothpick. Yeah, it's better than nothing. It takes a few hours to dry, so I got to come back tonight and give it the clear. There's nothing more peaceful than some nighttime clear coating. Kids go to bed, oxy fumes, and a bunch of don't drop the bait stress. That's pretty cool.
Approaching her in that aspect is the one
Boy, that looks real good. Just installed the jaw. Feels solid. I'm gonna glue in the rest of those joints really quick and show you what I got. The tail fin's not done, so I gotta wait till tomorrow still. Bob Saget. This was all of the silicone I had left and I made it work perfectly. That is the master of the tail fin. We have the cylinder and all that was explained before. Looking legit in there. Let's pour. There's a bit of transparent orange, a little bit of chartreuse, some crushed gold rupees from 8-Bit Baits. I don't even know what the heck that was, but it looked like the right color. Golden trout. Going for like orange and gold with a hint of chartreuse. Still pretty transparent. I think it'll look kind of classy. Okay, just don't get it on the fingers. Whew, that was close. Just about got it on the fingers. We're gonna have some flashing, but that's gonna be a good pour, I think. Here we go. Looks clean, apart from all the flashing. We're gonna oil this up and shove it in. There's my oil. A little bit of warm oil. There's a bit of resistance. There we go. Okay, I had to like pull on both ends and then slide it through. I figured it out. But we got that cylinder fitting in there nicely. The tail's straight, coming out of the bait straight. It's a hard plastisol. The color matches immaculately. That is exactly what it needed to be. I'm gonna put a screw through it and pin it in. I'm thinking just one screw on each side. I made sure to use a very correctly sized super thin drill bit so it's watertight. And that head like squeezes against that clear coat. That is in there. Nom 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 nom. Just gotta put the hooks on. Good stuff. So it does look very nice, but is it actually a lure? See if it works. Floats and the jaw closes. Touching my Ucky test tank water. Will it open? Oh, it does. So it takes a second for it to go. Like that jaw needs to actually open up. And then it swims. I think we're just gonna give the ditch a shot. We're all set up. We got an 80-pound leader tied to a super heavy-duty snap swivel. I even brought backup because, believe it or not, confidence isn't super high. This is kind of the time of the year though to catch a giant pike at the ditch. Let's first cast a 40-inch pike. So it's pretty much just a big topwater wake bait. I can't get it to go down really. There's a ton of buoyancy to it still, but the mouth closes when I stop reeling, which is kind of cool. And I start reeling and it opens and it's a topwater wake bait. So I probably won't ever lose it. That's good. I don't know, maybe one will right now. Come on in, take a bite. Come bite the big brook trout. Yeah, that works extremely well. Man, the fishing's bad right now. Man, I made a lure that I like too much. I don't even want to fish with it. I just want to put it on my wall, play with it once in a while when I'm bored in my shop. Go like that and be satisfied. I decided that lures like this need to be able to transcend the rating system. Sometimes the jaw, if you really jam it up hard, it sticks. But once it hits the water, it just kind of falls anyway. Just so you know, being real transparent. So that if it was made from aesthetics or like a ridiculous aspect of function like that, it's not rated like a little one day would be, you know? Like I could make a rink-a-dink little egg and this can catch 40 fish and I'll feel inclined to give it a official score, you know? But it's just a little egg. Not the same category, so this gets an A. I feel like I don't have any hope of catching a fish with it around where I'm at. I mean, I probably could if I really put in the hours, but I'm a bait maker. I love going to the next bait. Official on a bait that never caught a fish, but this is too cool. I'll probably appreciate it for the rest of my life, and it functions so well. Like there's a brass bushing in there. I'm gonna pop the hooks off and it's on to the next bait.